Oh my gosh, California finally woke up. This is such a great news. It's finally happening. The woke progressivism is failing in California. And some California voters in San Francisco who are tired of this kind of crap are showing you B-roll here of smash and grab robberies and violent crime in California. Finally, voters have woken up and given the boot to Chase Bowden, somebody who was supposed to prosecute crime, and came into office with the following. Look at this, folks. Defund the police message. Marxist and socialist roots throughout his family. He used to be the translator for Hugo Chavez, who's somewhere between a Marxist and a communist. His parents went to prison for robbery, for being the getaway drivers in a botched armed car robbery that killed the driver of the armored car, those that transport cash, and 2 police officers. Mom went to prison for 20 years. Dad had a 75-year sentence that got commuted by none other than Andrew Cuomo, since this happened 35 miles north of New York City, and he leveraged his political and leftist idealism to get Cuomo to commute his dad. Anyway, this is the person who was the prosecutor in San Francisco, who was supposed to solve and revolutionize our criminal justice system. But boy, oh boy, what a failure that was. What a surprise, because his goal was to put fewer people in jail. And folks, that he certainly did. He put fewer people in jail, but he did not revolutionize criminal justice. Now, I'm going to show you what the results were here. But first, quick note, we have a sponsor for today's video. Thank you, StreamYard. For professional live streaming software, go to metkevin.com/StreamYard to learn more about professional live streaming, VoIP servicing, all through StreamYard, an amazing platform. Check it out. It's super easy to multi-stream as well to different platforms. Okay, take a look at the result of the disaster of this person's leadership as the prosecutor in San Francisco. Property crimes, wow, when you put fewer people in jail, guess what happened? Wow, property crimes went up 11% in San Francisco. Violent crime up 1%. Homicides 15%. Drug overdose deaths up substantially, especially the fentanyl disaster. I mean, this is just going up everywhere, but especially in San Francisco. Burglaries up 40%, theft up 21%, theft from vehicles up 39%. 40% of the attorneys who worked for his department quit because they had too much sympathy for criminals who were causing crime. In fact, so much so that one particular instance ended up leading to the death of 2 women when a felon who was out on parole got denied charges. That is, this guy's office refused to press charges 5 different times, ended up drunk behind the wheel of a stolen vehicle and killed 2 women because of that. Had they thrown the guy in jail, those 2 people would still be alive. But this is what happens when you get a Marxist, socialist, communist that shows up in California, and Californians are like, yo, let's defund the police. What a freaking surprise. California finally woke up yesterday, though, and recalled this moron, with over 61% of folks in San Francisco saying, get the hell out. We're done with the hard left, progressive, defund the police ideals. We should be funding the police, funding better training, not this kind of garbage. And finally, I could say California is starting to wake up. We got a lot of work to do in California. I ran for governor in California in 2020, and boy, funding the police was one of the biggest things I stood for, and I still stand for, because this is what happens when you defund the police.